We are down to the penultimate day of the semifinals in the heart of San Juan for the 2026 Spikers Turf Open Conference. The slate is wiped clean, and for the first time this tournament, the King Crunchers were dealt their first heartbreak after dropping a grueling 5-set battle to Saboj. Now, they are determined to prove that one loss does not define a champion. But on the other side of the net, the Alpha Insurance Protectors, also coming off a setback, are hungrier than ever and determined to bounce back. More than anything, they have their eyes set on their first ever podium. 2 teams, 1 goal, redemption on the line. Who will break through? Fiona Bacan here reporting from the sidelines. Find out right here at the 2026 Spikers Turf Open Conference.
No fear, no turn. We hustle, we grind, we prove our worth. On the bright lights, we'll shake the earth. Spikers Turf.
It is a great day for volleyball. A Friday, the weekend finally here, and we are back at Volleyball Central. And Alpha Insurance saying a prayer before game starts. They need it. They have one more chance to get into the finals, and it's not going to be easy going up against the champ, the Criss Cross King Crunchers, who also suffered their first setback in many games. So this is going to be a big one for this champion team. A very exciting day today. We already started with a good game, seeing Saboj win their first entry into the finals. But game at hand, Alpha Insurance going up against the Criss Cross King Crunchers. And a pleasant afternoon to all of you joining us on One Sports Plus and the Filipinas Live channel. My name is Chicky Ropuno with my partner, Ronnie Magsano. And Fiona Bacan, you heard from earlier, set it up beautifully. Everything at stake, you already know from Fiona. But I'm excited to see what will go down here today, Coach Ronnie.
Of course, Criss Cross suffering their first loss in 15 games. As the unthinkable happens, Saboj beating them in 5 sets in their previous contest. Meanwhile, Alpha Insurance Protectors losing a 4-set match at the hands of the Cabo Stars. KO match, must-win situation for Criss Cross or the Alpha Insurance Protectors.
Yeah, and of course, all of that we can look at in the standings. Everything that Coach Ronnie said, ayan na nga. Gusto ko yung sabi ko nga knockout, maganda yan sa boxing, maganda rin yan sa volleyball. It makes for very exciting games.
At ang masakit, sa knockout, isa lamang ang matitirang nakatayo.
That's
Whoever
right.
wins here in this match will go up against the Cab Stars on Sunday for the final spot in the championship series.
Well, you know, when you come off a loss, it's not always a bad thing. I'm sure, Coach Ronnie, you know that there's a way to really motivate your team and to get them hungrier to win the following match, which is a situation both teams are in. Let's start off with Alpha Insurance, who gave up that game in 4-set fashion against the Cap Stars.
They just could not stop Jared Schnacki, who erupted for 23 points. And with J. Rock de la Noche accounting for 14, aided by Guasa's double-digit scoring, not even a conference best 14 points for Jao Mandal and 2 other players scoring double figures would propel Alpha Insurance to a win against the inspired team of the Cab Stars. And looking at the numbers, this is a game wherein blocking and core defense was a huge concern for the Insurance Protectors. In a match that saw the first set last 32 minutes and the last set by 33 minutes, anything was possible in this game, but eventually Cab All-Stars had the better end game in sets. In set number 4 to eventually finish off the Insurance Protectors in 4 grueling sets.
So that's the story by the numbers. And since it is your birthday tomorrow, Coach, I will put you on the spot.
Thank you,
No,
teammate.
I'd like to know from Coach's perspective, ano ba sasabihin mo sa isang team like Alpha coming into this game?
Laban lang. Kaya yan. Kung may bahid ng Criss Cross at nagawa, although mahirap ng Saboj, bakit hindi natin kayang tulara? Wala namang mawawala. Laban lang.
Laban lang. Let's see from Coach Mike Santos himself, papaano nga ba niya in-encourage itong mga Alpha Insurance Protectors coming into this game?
Actually, sinabi ko sa kanila na pinili natin yung mahirap na daan, so kailangan natin trabahuhin. Madali na sana kung tinalo natin ang Cub Stars, pero nagkabaligtad. Sila yung napapunta sa sitwasyon natin. So, ayun. Dadaan talaga namin sa butas ng kalayan. Gusto ko namin umabot sa finals. I think na individually, lalaban naman kami. Siguro, tamang mindset para mabuo yung chemistry talaga ng team. From now on, siguro, lagi ko naman sinasabi sa kanila, all out. All out, kahit anong mangyari, ilabas na natin. Kasi yung dalawang huling makakalaban natin, hindi biro. So, talagang ilalaban na natin lahat.
Were you singing the same tune? Laban lang, sabi ni Coach Mike. At yan naman talaga, that is the order of the day. At we have players like Jao Mandal, like you mentioned earlier, Coach Ronnie, who had a jaw-dropping performance. Diba? I can't help it, sorry, but really, that's the kind of numbers he put out.
And this is a former national team member, was a part of the 2019 silver medal team, a Spiker Surf MVP, a part of the Signal Championship team in the previous season, also a PNBF MVP in 2024. Right now, at present, he's the third leading scorer for the Insurance Protectors. Number 11 is scoring at 81 points. Number 4 in spike percentage, led the team in scoring, and also in terms of winning experience, although in a losing cause. And Jao Mandal is hoping that somehow he can rally the troops. As we take a look at the numbers that we mentioned earlier, Jao Mandal also played in Bahrain before, but right now, a win is something that he's looking at to try and keep their hopes alive. We're still making it to the finals.
And you know what's really exciting? Well, of course, we know that Jao is one of the most exciting, explosive players on the court. But something happens to him when he is back against the wall, like today, di ba? So, tingnan natin kung anong mangyayari. Exciting yan. Of course, he is so used to going up against the Criss Cross King Crunchers, who, like I mentioned, no, Coach, we are in the same, in this situation that is due to that they haven't been in this situation for a while now, suffering a loss. And ang Savoge, it took them 8 tries to finally get a win out of Criss Cross, and they did it in a 5-set fashion. Talagang up to the last point, it was a side-out game that 5th set. Super exciting.
That was a 5th set that took 7 deadlocks to eventually end, and Savoge had a better end game. But just when people thought that Criss Cross would go all the way and sweep the entire opposition all the way to the final, Savoge did the unthinkable. And it took a village to bring down a fortress, and that is exactly what Savoge was able to do. In fact, even if they committed more errors, eventually just tilting the rotation slightly, tweaking their substitutions. I thought that it got Criss Cross off balance, and Austria and Caritativo were big pluses together with Vincent Perel, who played the game of his life, as Criss Cross was ambushed big time by Savoge in their last match.
Well, you're looking at Noah Campton on your screen, so we want to highlight him today, Coach, because of his all-around game, not just his 16-point, but his 61.8% reception efficiency. Big numbers.
Naman. A big-time player since high school for the Perpetual Altas. Multiple champion in indoor and beach volleyball. Eventually made it to De La Salle, wherein he was one of the top players for the Archers for the longest time. Third leading scorer for Criss Cross King Crunchers. Number 14 in scoring with 73 points. And he's number 9 in service aces, but more than that, definitely a big-time two-way player. Was supposed to play already in Thailand, but decided to stay here in the local shores to look after his family. But for now, what's keeping him busy is to try and push Criss Cross to this all-important win as they aim to sustain their drive for another championship.
The fans very happy that he decided to stay.
Oo naman.
Yeah, and ito nga, coming into this very crucial game, we want to know the mindset of Noah Campton.
Siyempre, yung game namin against sa Savoge, deserve naman ng Savoge manalo nun kasi kitang-kita naman they really work hard para talunin din kami. After nun, sinabi ni Coach Tay sa amin, reset na kami. Masakit, natalo kami, pero alam mo yun, may chance pa rin kami kahit papano. And yun, focus muna kami sa mga upcoming games namin. Yun lang, step by step lang talaga kung ano yung tinraining namin kahapon. Papakita lang namin dito. And of course, trust Coach Tay system talaga. Siguro nakita naman ng iba kahapon, nung game namin sa Savoge. Parang nawala yung happy-happy na mentality namin. So, balik lang namin yung happy-happy winning culture namin sa Criss Cross talaga yun.
Hashtag spikersturf2026 if you want to let us know what you are thinking about this matchup. And we are not going to hold you much longer. They are ready. Alpha is ready. Criss Cross is ready. And we are ready.
City of San Juan, this is the 2026 Open Conference of the Spikers Turf.
Match number 34 of the tournament is the semifinals round matchup between the Alpha Insurance Protectors and their opponents, the Criss Cross King Crunchers. Introducing the two national referees officiating this match. Our first referee, Erlindo Eusebio. Second referee, Patrick Alan Castillo. Let's now meet the starters. First, for the Alpha Insurance Protectors. Middle blocker number 3, Billy Anima. Outside striker number 7, JJ Havilona. Another outside hitter number 15, Edward Camposano. Middle blocker number 19, Nat Del Pilar. Center number 23, Sian Sila. And opposite hitter number 25, Dodon Nadera. Starting libero number 24, Ricardo Alfaro. The head coach for Alpha Insurance is Mike Santos. And now the starters for the Criss Cross King Crunchers. Middle blocker number 4, Kim Malabunga. Opposite hitter number 5, Jude Garcia. Center number 9, Eddie Villados. Outside striker number 19, Noel Campton. Middle blocker number 20, Lloyd Josafat. And outside striker number 25, Alchi Gupiteo. Starting libero number 18, John Philip Pepito. The head coach for Criss Cross is a Luzon coach, Ty Buntit. This is the semifinals match between Alpha Insurance and Criss Cross for the Spikers Turf, where power meets passion.
We're looking at the starters for the Alpha Insurance Protectors, and they have a very tough challenge ahead of them. Of course, we know the record of Criss Cross so far, up until just a couple of days ago, spotless.
Spotless and only 2 sets dropped
Yeah.
in a total of 10 wins. And definitely that was a big surprise, but sabi nga ni Noel Campton, nakita naman nila yung pagsisikap ng Savoj. At para naman sa Criss Cross, ego must have been pricked. But definitely a quick turnaround is necessary because turbulence is not an excuse, especially for a loaded team such as Criss Cross. And without signal right now in their front lens, definitely they are the highly favored team to go all the way. Let's see how they fare in today's match against the Insurance Protectors.
And first set underway. Let's see who will score first. Jude Garcia will get the first touch, and that one is called outside. So Alpha will be rewarded.
Yes, off a broken play.
Yes.
Free ball given up. Criss Cross could not exploit that opportunity. Down 1 early here in set 1.
Gupiteo is starting today. First time these two teams met. Gupiteo also did start. So this is a familiar starting block for Criss Cross. Although we know how deep the bench is for the King Crunchers. Diba, kahit sino naman yung hugutin mo dyan.
Deeper than the Mariana Trench.
Oh, wow.
Malalim yun.
Malalim. And back row attack. That is Gupiteo. He comes flying from the back.
12 points in their first encounter. 16 last time that they met. Gupiteo against Savoj. Let's double check that. I believe in double figures, but not enough to bring down the inspired skin doctors.
And Nadera just keeping it close. So far, it's tip for tat. And you know, if you're Alpha, yung nakita mong natalo yung Criss Cross,
Pampalakas loob
Pampalakas-loob yun.
Oo, na pwede palang mangyari.
Oo.
Na meron palang may kakayahan. But of course, almost a perfect game is needed for the Protectors if they are to push itong Criss Cross to the limit.
I totally agree. This is it. We know that Criss Cross took Alpha in straight sets both times.
Correct. Tinalo nila ang Alpha, giving up only 59 points in their first meeting last Feb 27, surrendered only 47 points in 69 minutes last March 11, giving up
Just 47 points against the Protectors.
Good first ball. And that one outside. So Nadera getting a lot of touches so far.
Right. Looking for a block touch. If there's one thing that Criss Cross was beat in terms of category by Saboj, it was their blocking, really outblocked by Saboj, and something that they want to establish early on, of course, is their net defense.
And that one's good. So it's the quicker the better against a very good blocking team like Criss Cross.
We saw how Vince Imperial was able to misdirect the middle blockers of Criss Cross, and as a result, their offense was able to keep in step with the King Crunchers. Something that Chris Ilang hopefully will be able to do as well.
Ooh. Good heads up there by Villados. And still, ball still alive. Oh! And nakikita natin na wala pa yung urgency dito on the Criss Cross side. Medyo pinapabayan nila yung mga bolang ganon.
Alam mo, nung nanonood ako kanina ng game ng Saboj, I was also thinking how much of their energy was spent just the other day. Ang haba nung larong yun. The emotions, the ups and downs, that's also what I'm trying to check here for Criss Cross. Although mas merong on their heels na position itong Criss Cross, the pressure really was on them. Given the favorite tag na napakahirap din kargahin all throughout, lalo pag nadapa ka at napisid ka paminsan.
Yeah, it's incumbent on them to prove to everybody that that was just a fluke na natalo sila, na they are still the team to beat, and that is really their mission today, Criss Cross, it seems. But that one's outside, so Alpha, like you said, cannot really afford errors, unforced errors going up against the King Crunchers.
They had 16 errors last time that these two teams met. Criss Cross only had 7 miscues. That's how well Criss Cross handled itong team ng Protectors. And Criss Cross up by 2 points here in set 1.
Oh, mga kargado, mga serve. Paying off for Criss Cross.
First line of offense helping out. Josaphat scores first point. One of the top blockers, a mainstay in the national team, former Red Warrior Lloyd Josaphat.
Big surge from Drew Garcia. So that's 2 points already off of those strong serves from Garcia.
I believe that itong Insurance Protectors ang pupuntos doon.
Aba, oo nga.
Oo, dahil si Campton ay nalusutan nung hulog ng bola. 5 points in set 1 for the Protectors.
Oh, sayang.
Sobrang sayang.
So Criss Cross will get the 8 points first. And that's a 3-point lead against Alpha. We'll be back after the break.
Welcome back to the Phil Oil Center for the 2026 Spikers Turf Open Conference, where the defending champions just got their wake-up call and they are owning it. Now, after a stunning first loss, the team admits that in this high-stakes competition, anything can happen. Kahit sino naman kaya kami talunin, nakadepende lang talaga sa kagustuhan namin manalo. So now that they're back to zero, everything is on the line. Yesterday, they responded in a way only champions do. They went all out in training. No excuses, no fatigue. Sabi nga nila na kahit mahirap, walang nagreklamo na pagod na sila. Hindi pwede because their shared goal is much greater than anything else. Nawala man ang happy spirit nila nung nakaraan, today Criss Cross isn't just playing to win. They're playing with heart, unity, and the fire of champions reignited. Back to you, Chiki and Coach Ronnie.
It's all in the mind. I'm sure the body was tired, pero wala. It's a last push na eh, no? So, last
At
couple
saka,
of days.
ito yung mga sitwasyon na no excuses, sabi nga nila. That's more like it in terms of net defense. Something that they have to impose against their smaller counterparts. Well, kung makikita natin, ito yung nalusutan ng gusto ng Savoj laban sa Criss Cross. Kasi ito naman talaga ang laro at ang sistema ng Criss Cross. Talagang di kayo makakalusot.
Oh, that time though, nobody went up for that one, but
It was an open block, but
Yeah.
Nadera was not able to
yan yung mga sayang.
execute. At saka, definitely an excellent set kasi walang nakasabay eh. Behind by 4 on at least 4 errors in set 1 for Alpha.
And Billy Anima just creating right away. And we saw that work out for Alpha earlier, yung mga mabilis ang mga plays na
Yung mga shoot set na tinatawag para maunahan, magulangan ang mga higanteng blockers katulad ni Josapat at Kim Malabung.
Good recovery there by Camposano. Ball still alive. Let's see if we can get a proper play here. Ooh! Good up by Garcia. And Gupiteo. In with that down the line.
I'll say this is a matter of fact. Masakit yun para kay Chris Silang. Pero ang mas masakit ay silang napuntusan. Billy Anima almost was able to score twice. Pero better net defense, better coverage to protect an 4-point lead rather at 11-7.
In-game adjustments, no?
Totoo yan.
In rally adjustments.
Kailangan.
Oo.
At dyan papasok yung veteran experience, yung chemistry, lalong-lalo na pag yung rotation mo ay nagkaroon ng scramble. And this is an off-the-block point here for the Green Shirts. Trying to stay close against the powerhouse unit of Alpha.
So that's something that they need to really do.
Wow.
The offensive block coming from Alpha this time.
Billy Anima, who also moonlights as assistant coach in the PBL, definitely has become a better player. He also decided to be a part of the coaching staff in the PBL. Kasi nagtuturo ka na, naglalaro ka pa, eventually you're able to correct yourself and have a different perspective in playing the game.
I'm sure it improves your game. And you know what else helps your game? Ito, natutunan ko to kay Eliza Valdez. Kapag nagko-commentary ka, kapag nag-a-analyst ka habang naglalaro ka.
Unang-una, napapanood mo sila ng paulit-ulit. At natututo ka rin sa mga discoveries.
Yeah.
So, that's true. From a different point of view.
Three-point advantage for Criss Cross. Make that 2 after that hammer by Camposano.
Oh, definitely a hammer. Might be coming from floor. But Camposano is second best in terms of scoring with 84 points heading to this semifinals. Powers through the double block.
Here comes Jude Garcia. Trying to avoid the blockers clearly. Went too high.
Dito sa team ng Criss Cross, may dalawang tinanghal na players of the week. Yan ay si Che Tibiteo at si Jude Garcia, who was the reigning player of the week. Garcia coming off a 29-point game. Must be in peak form today as their team has lost grip of the 4-point lead down to 1 here para sa Criss Cross.
What a save there by Villados. It was almost too close to the net. Good interception by Villados.
Former finals MVP, also one-time best setter from the Arellano Chiefs. Sabi mo nga, rescue play. But what about this adjustment coming from the welcome door?
Di sinayang.
Bending in mid-air.
And Jude Garcia just being smart and following the ball.
But they give up a point. May pong team ng
Lumabas.
Alpha. Oh, threatening. Apat kanina yan. 11-7 since the time. 5-2 counter run here.
Last
Para sa
touch.
Alpha.
Last
Oo.
touch, Jude pala dun.
No question.
Aha. And that's happened more than once, you know. They get a break,
And this
but
is
they waste it on the service error.
This is very evident. A lot of pressure and tension is felt in this game. Alam mo kasi dahil one miss you die na sitwasyon na ito para sa ating dalawang kupunan.
Good receive there from Camposano.
Oh, wow.
Wow, all Camposano in that last sequence.
And silang making sure that their offense definitely able to read the defense. Good misdirection, isolated, and scoring to be able to stay closer or stay close to the King Crunchers.
Pero labas. Coach Mike is pretty sure about that one. I think they're... I saw Coach Mike signal a... the video challenge will come from Criss Cross because tinawag na labas.
Oh,
outside.
number 1 in attack percentage at 51% so far has been on and off here when you talk about their offense, referring to the Criss Cross Crunchers.
First video challenge of the day. Let's take a look at this now. No, this one's clean. So, lumabas ang bola. Puntos para sa Alpha. And Alpha definitely keeping it close. You know, we're seeing more of the system plays coming from the Criss Cross side. But Alpha just hanging in there and just fighting with their defense.
Too many miscues here sa set 1 para sa Criss Cross.
But it's been the service errors, no? I mean, that is just, it's evident. It's glaring.
So tension diffused a bit. Daron Requenton coming in for Canton. Let's see how well he does.
So also a very storied player, Canton coming off the bench. An offensive block for Criss Cross, getting them to 16 points first. And the King Crunchers enjoy a 2-point lead at the second technical timeout.
Spiking, syempre, si Brian Bagunas. Receiving, si Pipito, si John Philip Pipito. Digging, si Manuel Sumanggid. Blocking, si Kim Malabunga, tapos si Lloyd Usapat. Service, Brian Bagunas pa rin. Setting, si Adrian Villados. This is my perfect Spikers Turf player.
Hindi lang si Jude Garcia pwede maglaro ng ganun. Pati tayo, pati kayo dahil sa ating All-Stars, di ba?
Malapit na yan.
Oo.
Sa ating mga kasama sa Candon, Ilocos Sur.
Yan.
Abangan nyo ang PVL at Spikers Turf na darating na dyan. Malapit-lapit na.
Sino ba napupusuan nyo? Meantime, UAP Season 88 Volleyball is still in full swing. Watch the games every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday on the Pilipinas Live app. Also available on the UAP Varsity channel and One Sports because legends start here. Back to the game at hand. Ang naghahabol, Alpha, but not too much. No, they are really just staying within 2 points. I think 3 was the biggest lead that we've seen today.
Apat.
Apat.
11-7 kanina yan. So, 8-5 pabor dito sa team ng Alpha. Anima and Del Pilar holding their own against the bigger name middle blockers ng Criss Cross.
That one got away again. Jude Garcia going down the line.
Number 3 in scoring with 126 points. Close to 13 points per game in the elimination phase.
Multi-awarded MVPs.
4-time MVP.
Yan naman.
Konti
Yun lang. That one got away. So Billy Anima, he knows he's got his work cut out for himself because siya yung nandun sa harap. Siya yung kailangan talagang mag-isip. He has to get really crafty against these very able blockers of Criss Cross.
Silang holding his own against Adrian Villados as well in terms of playmaking.
Yeah. Woo! And that is classic Kim Malabunga. Yung mga pang-alas, yung mga pang-international.
Kanina pa siya tina-target, kanina pa siya pinupuntusan sila ni Lloyd Josephat, a fixture in the national team. Kim Possible ang gusto kong itawag dito kay Kim Malabunga. Wide
That
open
looked good
again.
too. And you like seeing this. We know that a lot of players from Signal are scattered. Many of them here in Alpha. Nakita mo na nagkakaroon na ng chemistry itong Alpha after playing for a long time. Things coming together for them.
Sabi mo nga, back against the wall. Although si Jao Mandala, hindi pa natin nakikita sa
Oo.
loob.
Which is not surprising. He does come off the bench, but usually stays on once he's pulled out.
One of the biggest discoveries here in the Spikers turf as of late is Chego Piteo,
Yes,
the first player of the week
I
chosen.
totally agree.
Taller than the middle blockers.
Oo.
One of the tallest wing spikers that we have here. Definitely a sight to behold.
So talented. Tsaka iba pagka may beach volleyball
Iba talaga,
experience,
oo.
ano? They own the court eh.
Yes. Sa buong hangin ka ba naman talagang nabatak ng gusto. Playing indoor, definitely. Lamang ka dyan sa lakas. At
Got-
pagtitiis sa init.
Got a glimpse there of Jao Mandal. Jao dropping performance last game. But so is that. Malabunga also. Talagang mga nakabukas yung mga bibig mo pagka pinapanood mo si Kim Malabunga, mapapawaw ka na lang
Oo
talaga.
naman, isipin mo naman yung World Volleyball Championship experience. Hindi mo maituturo yung ganong klaseng pinagdaanan ng mga players.
And so little by little, we're seeing the rest of the Criss Cross bench getting their playing
Kailangan
time.
Oo, kasi tatlong sunod-sunod na play dates ito sa semis.
Press, ano rin, ano?
Then Pilar again.
Survival and preservation.
Again, outblock.
Alpha,
Itong
yes.
Criss Cross ng Savoj. Meron silang at least 2 kill blocks. Pero yung on the average, mga 3-4 ito sa isang set eh. Hanggang duluhan, nakakapit ang Alpha.
Jerome Lopez, the setter, with the serve.
What a back set.
Ito naman, mapa down the line, mapa cross court. And ang problema kay Jude, hindi mo alam kung ibibigay niya kasi may cross body pa siya eh. He's so deceptive.
Ganda ng decoy move coming from Josephat. Basta masipag talaga tumakbo yung middle blocker. Mas mahihirapan ang depensa ng kalaban.
From the right pin, but still the double block of Criss Cross there.
Number 1 scorer of the Protectors. Check in that last sequence. Jem Ronquillo has to be his best version of himself if they're to contend against Criss Cross.
Ilayo mo sa ano? Ilayo mo sa blanket. Lumayo ka sa ano? Sa middle. Ha? Paikutin mo lang si Jem dito. Dalisin mo lang.
So definitely a cause for concern for Alpha at this point. It's only a 3-point lead for Criss Cross, and also them needing just 3 points to take this opening frame.
A vaunted net defense that leads all teams. 123 kill blocks heading to the semis, but only 6 against Savoj in that 5-set loss para sa King Crunchers.
Oh, that's a break for Alpha. Naregaluhan ng isang puntos.
Doon din naman nakabuelo rito ang Criss Cross sa paulit-ulit na service errors ng Alpha. Nasa huling bilang kanina ay 4 ang kanilang service errors.
That's a good first ball. And here goes. Requinton there. Oh, what a chase by Lopez. Another chance here for Criss Cross. You gotta love the defense of Alpha. Responding to the call. Another save there by Capuzano. Ooh, not that time though. It took 3 times for Criss Cross to be able to score.
Had a chance to see Josephat in his initial year for the UE Red Warriors. Totally changed player with much power.
Yeah.
Hindi na papaltok-paltok dyan sa gitna. Palo na talaga yan.
Tsaka, well, he still hasn't lost his boyish charm. Tatawa-tawa pa rin,
Oo.
pero you will take him seriously on the court. Oh, what a save there by Riquenton. At least the effort. And Alpha.
I thought that was going out. But then again, can't be sure.
Yeah.
And as he played that ball, Riquenton was not able to get that ball up.
Pero di ba, when in doubt, get. We hear
Yes.
that all the time.
Get. Last push para sa Alpha.
Wow, perfect pass there by Gupiteo, but he goes out with his down the line. What a time to commit an error.
May kita mo, a little tight ang Criss Cross, although they're still ahead. Alpha highest scoring set against Criss Cross in their 3
yeah.
meetings. First time over 20 points in a set.
And ball is back. Broken play, Gupiteo. That is past a 3-man block. So Gupiteo talagang nakabawi rin naman.
Oo, after Jude Garcia was defended well off this single block. Oh, perfect pass coming from Pepito.
And really just managing to avoid that wall in front of him.
Pero tinan mo, maski triple block si Gupiteo,
Oo.
binasag yung 3-man wall.
Oh, still not over. Billy Anima, fearless there.
And the leading scorers for Alpha are their middle blockers. Si Anima at si Del Pilar. Kung di ako nagkakamali, etik 4 na puntos.
Makes sense. You're going up against strong blocking teams.
Oh, bantayadong open at opposite. Dito tayo sa gitna.
Yeah, pressure serves. This one's good. Villada's going to Gupiteo and the
Oh,
blockers. And Nadera has to be happy about that. They're extending the first set already. Such a really great performance here by Alpha against Criss Cross. Something of the best they've done.
Yes. Oh, bobble on that receive.
Ooh. That was long and good. And Criss Cross again getting back set point.
One of the best closers is Jude Garcia. At pagsiguraduhan at porsyentuhan, kanino ka ba talaga pupunta?
Pwede rin kay Gupiteo.
Aha. Totoo naman.
I think there's a rotation error. Kasi may pito
Wrong
doon.
server.
Yeah. It looks like,
Alam agad ng Alpha eh. Sino dapat? Villados. Oo.
wow. Yung
That's a
mga
big
ganyan,
one.
nakukuha sa dasal yan. Ganyan.
Tama-tama, katatawid lang ng Holy Week.
So Alpha still alive. Second deadlock here towards the end game. We're now looking for 27. And Jude Garcia is in a hurry to take this first set.
Jaron Riquenton has been the target in terms of the first ball. Let's see if he's up to the task. Closing out time here. Now it's Gupiteo. Stern, serve. Hindi po rewind yan. Siya po talaga magsa-serve.
Anima will set. Oh, that was a tough one. And there is a
Another-
call.
Oh,
It's against Criss Cross. Oh, no. It's going to be... Yeah. This is another challenge in the making here. So Alpha is insisting the net fault was...
what a four set
the
that we
wrong
have
call.
seen here. Oh, iba na talaga ang laban pagdating sa semis. Pagdating sa postseason, naiiba talaga.
So ang tawag so far is a net violation against
Alpha.
Alpha and they're contesting it. Anong mangyayari if they are actually right? It's going to be play over, so hindi pa tapos. But we will see. This is the last-ditch effort for Alpha because talk about effort. Them getting themselves to this stage,
Yes, yes.
playing Criss Cross to 27 points.
If you put pressure on the other team, though how favored they are, mas merong room para magkamali eh. Kaysa yung masyadong malaking lamang, mahirap talagang habulin ang Criss Cross.
So we're still trying to find the proper play here or the time of in that last sequence, alin ba yung net fault na hinahanap nila dun? The last call, di ba? Right before dead ball. Some suspense. Alpha faithful, holding their breath.
Oo.
Kasi ito yung mga, yung iniisip mo, yung effort talaga nila for this first set.
Meron din naman mga bumabandera sa mga nakakahel or orange. Ayan.
For those of you just joining us, it was also a very exciting first game between the Cab Stars and Savoj. And Savoj makes history by being the first in the finals with their 2-0 performance in the semis. So kudos to Savoj.
And they were able to do it in how many hours? 72 hours.
Halos back-to-back, eh, no?
Pagtawid ng Holy Week, nasa finals na for the first time.
So that's exciting, definitely exciting.
Parang answered prayer lumabas sa kanila.
And let's see what gives here. Parang dito pagbaba, no?
Oh, so si Camposano talaga ang sumabit. Oo.
And we will get the call officially.
Oh.
So they're saying there's no net violation?
Point replay. Another serve here for Gupiteo.
You know, that actually happened right in front of our up ref also. Ooh, buhay pa yung bola. Jude Garcia didn't know that the ball was going to hit him. And so, eto. Medyo nag-ibang. They're flipping the script here.
Savoj was able to rewrite the narrative nung nakalaro nilang Criss Cross. So itong Alpha, kumakapit doon sa nangyari nung nakaraan. Bakit hindi?
And we have the serve specialist coming in at a very crucial time. Good serve, a good reception. And who but Jude Garcia?
Simple lang ang tagline ni Jude, eh, to the rescue.
Oo.
And Super Jude flies and flies and flies and rises to the occasion time and again at that same spot.
That's 3 times already getting
Alam mo
set
naman
point.
kung saan pupunta eh.
But Alpha doing a good job getting it back to even.
Yes.
Let's see if they can do it one more time here. Why not? Let's go to 29 points, Coach Ronnie.
Yes. What about Chris Silang? Once again, continues to activate either Anima or Del Pilar. And the onus is on the King Crunchers to be able to stop that play.
This time, Mr. Quinton going cross court. Good dig there by Camposano. He goes for the attack. Jude Garcia one more time using the hand. Somebody at the net called against Alpha.
Either way, Garcia will score. Nauna lang talaga yung net touch. Villados goes high percentage. Ayun, bago pa lang tumake off, kumabit na.
That's a good call there by our up rep. And Adahar will come in at the serve as well. So this is interesting.
National player, Echo Adahar. Batang-bata.
So wanting a full front here.
And the captain, Isay Marasigan.
But they didn't do it the last 3 set points. Ooh.
Camposano says, not yet done.
So he will stay on. They want the full front row. Umpisa pa lang to, Coach.
Oo.
Oh, how about that effort from the Alpha Libero?
That's double effort, really. That chase down all the way.
Wow.
Almost caught it.
I mean, Neil Manato not letting anything get in his way. He didn't get it, but really, you got to give the A+ for effort.
Oh, yes. First point scored by another player not named Jude Garcia.
Nakailang set point saved by Alpha.
Not blinking at all. Kasi nung huli nilang laro, extended din ang sets, lalong-lalo na dun sa dulo, laban sa All-Stars.
And you know, it's more than 4 set points because they had to sila ng mga 3 points. I think it was 24-21. Mateo sending
Chance
it
for
over.
them.
Ooh! Pasok pa rin.
That was the first block, offensive block against a middle hitter. And Josaphat finally catches Anima, who was trying to evade the defense of Isay Marasigan.
You know, Alpha staying the course. But correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, hindi pa sila nakakaset points.
Di pa.
Let's see if Criss Cross will get it this time. Here comes Alpha. The block is there. It's going to be a free ball. Who will get the setup? Gupiteo hitting it off the hands. Finally, sabi ni Gupiteo, sabi rin ng Criss Cross fans, pinahirapan talaga ng Alpha Insurance.
Oo naman, talagang pagpapawisan ka. Pero I believe that Adahar's rescue play in this instance, huge thumbprint to save this set. I say save this set dahil decidido. Determinado ang Alpha na kunin yung set na yon sa kanilang mga kamay. But in the end, Criss Cross survives.
31-29, and that is only the opening frame. A lot more volleyball for you. We'll take a break. Back in a moment. What an exciting first set, and if this is important of things to come para tayo nanonood ng finals.
Ganun na nga nakita natin dun sa laban ng Sabocho at Criss Cross. Diba? Because that's how they treat this game. Kasi alam nga nila, pag hindi ka nakalusot dito sa number 1 team, hindi nga na rin ka na makakatawid. At kayo, na-realize ng Criss Cross na nothing's going to be easy even without signal in the landscape. The other teams, sila talaga yung may target sa kanilang mga likuran. And for them to just make it to the finals, they have to work doubly hard to get to that point.
So we saw Drew Garcia saving the day several times, but looking at the numbers, even on the attacks, almost even. Look at that, Coach.
That's why it took us 60 points to end set 1. At hindi umasa sa pagkakamali ng kalaban, kundi napakataas na quality ng laro ang ating nakita. But in the end, I thought that the double sub worked well for Criss Cross. Adahar, just really very cool under pressure. Dahil ako, naramdaman ko yung tension eh. Kasi happy-happy, oo, madaling sabihin. Paano ako magiging happy kung hindi mo mailulusot? Diba? There's always the principle of enjoying the game, which every coach will preach. But you can only be happy if you end up winning that set or eventually coming out on top.
Yeah, of course, Criss Cross, parang they are awakened to their mortality. Yung parang tao lang, hindi sila, they are not invincible, which should really keep them more on their toes, no? To make them more focused, knowing that talagang it's not gonna be easy against Alpha.
At marami nga nagsasabi, even for coaches, matalo ka na ng maaga. Huwag lang sa dulo. Kasi minsan, hindi nakaka-recover yung mga bata, lalo pag hindi sanay.
And if you're Alpha, you're telling yourself, wow, we got that close.
Muntik na.
I think all told, it's been this kind of conference so far, Coach.
Oh, yes.
Because of the, nag-disperse din yung talent sa iba-ibang mga teams. And again, it's the blocking of Criss Cross. We are going to see a lot of action at the net here. Kim Malabunga will get the first point.
That's hard in transition, going to the middle blocker. And Malabunga and Josaphat have taken the challenge thrown at them by Anima and Del Pilar, who shone brightly para dito sa Alpha. Del Pilar with 5, Anima with 5. 10 points combined for the middle hitters ng Protectors.
Oh! And it makes it a little bit easier for Nadera because knowing na options din yung mga middle blockers.
Totoo yan.
Kahit papano, hindi makapag fully commit sa mga wingers, di ba, Coach?
May hiwa mo yung double block. Nadera missed a couple of chances in set 1 pero ngayon needs to help out. As itong Criss Cross have zeroed in.
Oh! Billy Anima! As if that set was for him.
6 in the game for Anima. 1 point lead to open up set number 2 para dito sa Alpha.
Yung mga thank you, no?
Libreng puntos.
Regalo. And Jude Garcia again being challenged by a 3-man block. Silang going reverse. Already longer rallies in the second set. Ooh, and again, it's those quick. It's those.
No Jao Umandal, no problem.
Yeah.
No JM Ronquillo, no problem. As Anima is the #1 or the top gun right now para dito sa Alpha. Producing 2 of the first 3 points, accounting for 7 points para sa Protectors.
And looking back at the first set, they had 8 errors and many from the service line.
At least 4 from the service line.
So something really to think about. Although naintindihan mo rin, gusto nilang kargado yung serve nila. And that one is outside. So Nadera will get another point. So parang pabilis sa kanya na medyo malayo from the net.
Yes, kasi hindi siya katangkaran. Cross-court delivery for Nadera, 2 points. For Nadera, 2 points for Billy Anima. And that high-quality offense, of course, perpetrated by Chris Silang, who's been very efficient today. Uy.
Wow, rare mistake, but it happens. Veliados there with a missed set.
Biggest lead para dito sa Alpha. Like Billy Anima, Chris Silang also moonlights as assistant coach para sa PBL.
And that's a better reverse.
Wow.
Napawaw si Coach. Maganda nga naman.
Napakaganda. #3 in scoring. #1 in spike efficiency at close to 52% is Jude Garcia. And you can see the reason why.
And he is also not the tallest of the squad. No? He did not break the 6-point mark. 6-foot mark. 5'11". Pero hindi niya kailangan with his elevation.
Meron din naman itong si Vince Nadera.
Same.
Mga gifted na mga manlalaro.
5'9", mas maliit actually.
Attacking Josaphat and scoring off the block.
And look at Alpha with a 3-point lead. Ooh!
Hirap yun. Bad shot coming from Checo Piteo. And I thought that set was also difficult para kay Adrian Villados to be able to give itong si Che.
You know, ito si Checo Piteo, he shows us plays or yung mga attacks, the quality of his attacks are none like we've seen
Ibang
recently.
template ibang template
Nakikita lang natin yan sa international volleyball.
Yeah, oo. Big discovery really. Sabihin natin, matangkad pa sa middle blocker On a triple block, Riginton will score after this net infraction was scored against Alpha. Down 3, behind 1 at this stage. King Crunchers.
Oh. And Nadera still getting it across. One more time for Alpha.
What about that ball distribution coming from Criss Silang? Right wing. middle hitter goes to the opposite pin.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Find the blockers of Criss Cross off position.
Pagalawin, basagin, at gulangan para mautakan.
Ooh, hang time, but good D. Op, bumalik sa Alpha. One more time. Again, those system plays. Silang is on point today.
Villados took the risk. But eventually, Silang once again had the final say.
It's always to the middle, and it's paid off. 8-5 with Alpha in the lead.
Welcome back to the 2026 Spikers Turf Open Conference, where after a difficult last game, the Protectors found themselves searching for answers, not excuses. They understood that it all came down to leadership, composure, and the ability to respond when it mattered most. Now, they told me that in the dugout, they realized they chose the hard way. Kung gusto namin ng championship, kailangan talaga namin talunin ang mga malalakas na teams. For them, the challenge weighs heavier now, but for a team that's closer than ever to their first ever podium finish, nothing feels impossible. With just 2 games left, the mindset is clear. No pressure, no fear, enjoy lang. Sabi nga nila, apat kamay pa, bakit sasayahin pa? Balik sa inyo, Chiki at Coach Ron.
Well, as we can see, Alpha really answering the call.
Imagine that they taken set number 1. Imagine the amount of pressure para dito sa mga palikap ng Criss Cross King Crunchers. Pero di alintana. Nilamangan ang pinakamalaking abante ng Alpha itong Criss Cross ngayon at 9-5.
Again, Jude Garcia, no blockers there. But good defense for Alpha. Requinton this time. Where will Villados go? Binalik kay Jude Garcia, and he will get the point.
And you can really sense that the composure of the playmaker sets the tone.
On both sides.
Yes, pag nataranta, talagang bubula. Silang has done an outstanding performance para dito sa Alpha so far. But Villados, alam naman natin ang kakayahan ng national player na ito.
Nice combination attack. Good read though from Criss Cross. That was close to the net. And somebody was caught fishing.
Pero I'll take that. At least masipag.
Yeah.
Mo wiper para dumipensa. And Criss Cross dodging a bullet in that last sequence because walang coverage. Sa likuran ni Requinton, mabuti na lang. Nabiyayaan silang libreng puntos. 9-5 kanina, 2-point run para sa Criss Cross.
Nabantayan. And another call there. That was almost a 1-2. But silang overblow that one.
Ilang beses ko nakita si Vince Imperial ng Saboj laban sa Criss Cross na ganyan ang ginawa. That's why he scored 7 points. A setter scoring 7 points.
Oh! And the first ace of the second set. Josaphat will get that point, and the 4-point lead of Alpha gone.
On a 4-point run coming from Josaphat and the rest of the Crunchers who have answered the call.
And again, money play. It's really these one plays. The middle blockers getting the points.
At least 11 points from that spot generated by Chris Silang through Billy Anima and Nat Del Pilar.
Oh, that running attack. That's money for Criss Cross.
Yes, ma'am. That's light play. Game Malabunga, pet move. That's definitely top of mind. Kung sa middle kayo bubuta sa depensa namin, bantayan nyo rin ito.
Talaga.
Sabi ni Villados.
That's a system at work for Criss Cross when you get that A pass. They really make it work. Requinton is blocked. Good save.
Good coverage.
Wow. Sa panga, sabi ni Jaron.
Covered again.
Jude Garcia coming from All the way and back. Cover this time. So
Eh,
natututo na rin ang Alpha.
Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, oo, merong net touch, pero at least masipag. And eventually, they were rewarded. Kasi pag bukas siya at butas, talagang pupuntusan. Pero ngayon, talagang masipag, talagang lumalaban.
Ooh. Wow! Left or right? And Billy Anima feeling really good about that.
Probably the first player who will score in double figures today is Billy Anima.
Big game for Billy. Lead back to 2 for the Insurance Protectors.
Pambihira naman.
Pero buhay pa rin. Even more impressive, the defense of Alpha. June Garcia covered the left pin this
Okay.
time.
So what do? You jump higher, you hit harder, and only Jude Garcia can deliver.
Kahit saan, ano?
Saka yung vertical niya, paulit-ulit eh. Di ba normally pag tumulong ka ng isang
Di ba
matindi,
napapagod?
medyo mamaya na. Pero sa kanya, bigay mo ulit, dito ulit. At paulit-ulit.
And Nico Almendras again. We saw a little bit of him, a glimpse of Almendras in the first set. Again, this double. Oh no, it's just him this time. Oh! Almost a solo block there. Garcia again. Going cross court from the left pin.
Big save by Kim Malabunga. 2-point run here, ties the count at 12 on this underhand set. That's super talent really for Jude Garcia. He'll run out of superlatives to describe his level of play.
Another deadlock. Ooh, and now it's this blocking. Now he is just showing off. What can't he do, Jude Garcia?
Good question.
PM, maka-establish yung block nila, magkabila. Ha? Pwede ka magpaikot, pwede ka magbati sa back row. Ha? Iwalay mo muna yung blocker. Ha? Establish yung block dito. Tara, let's go. Back tayo, tayo.
So with Criss Cross taking over the lead now, after as much as a 4-point advantage for Alpha. Coach Mike needing a timeout. You know, we talked about Jao Mandal at the top of our coverage, who was also pulled from the bench in that last game the Alpha played against the Cab Stars. He scored 14 points. And so far, no sighting.
Even JM Ronquillo na naglaro naman pero hindi nakadiin.
Naka 9 points si JM dun sa huli.
Oo, leading scorer nila yan.
Natawag na naman.
Net touch naman laban sa Criss Cross. So another dead hit is what we're seeing here in set number 2. Mas gumamit ng rotation ngayon si Coach Ty Bundit.
Mas maaga, nag-iiba-iba. Even these easy points, credit to Jude Garcia.
Oo, medyo bitin pero nakagawa ng paraan. Ilan lang naman ang mga manlalarong nakakaganyan adjustment pagdating sa ere. Aerial adjustment.
Extended hang time.
Tsaka sinundot lang eh.
Oh! And using the hands once again. Another point from Jude Garcia coming from the left side this time.
Sa set 1, yung takeover mode niya sa dulo.
Oo.
Nung humaba.
Ngayon, hindi na nag-intay eh. No?
Huwag na natin paabutin sa dulo dahil nilamangan sila ng 4 kanina. 6-point turnaround since he's been down by 4 points earlier in this set. Kala natin, aalagwa na itong Alpha.
And Silang again, looking for those quick plays.
One of the best games I've seen of Billy Anima.
Yeah.
Bantayado ang wing hitters. Silang continues to activate itong si Del Pilar. That's si Billy Anima.
Yeah, he only scored 5 points against Criss Cross in that last meeting of theirs.
Good height. At si
Oh,
Billy
even
Anima
his-
rin na nagdig
oh.
doon.
Even his defense. But in the end, umiral pa rin ang blocking ng Criss Cross, getting them to 16 points first, and a 2-point lead now belongs to the King Crunchers. Let's take a look at the numbers of Ed Camposano and Jude Garcia, the leading scorers from either squad, already in double digits. See Camposano, we see that he is also one of the favored wingers here, and also doing a fantastic job on defense. Hindi mo makikita sa mga numero niya yon. Jude Garcia, on the other hand, with 12 points.
Makikita mo sa mga numero. Sabi nga natin, number 1 spike percentage. At number 4 sa kill blocks. Tatlong manlalaro sa Criss Cross nasa top 10 sa blocking. Kaya nga 123 blocks laban sa 76 ang matchup nitong dalawang teams.
Kaya daming mga no? The middle blockers always being fed
Yan.
of alpha.
Busog na busog.
Yep. Meantime, UAAP Season 88 Volleyball is in full swing. Watch the games every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday on the Pilipinas Live app. Also available on the UAP Varsity channel and One Sports, because legends start here. And we love how they go on to the Spikers turf. You've seen, we're looking at many of your favorite college superstars on the court.
Yes, and yung landscape ng Spikers turf has really helped a lot of outstanding collegiate players, both in the UAP and the NCAA, of course.
And we know the caliber of players in the collegiate ranks. Many of them already playing for the national team.
Yes. Aided by the grassroots program, of course. Yung BNS, ilan ng mga batang manlalaro yun ang galing doon. But going back to the game, 2-point lead here para kay Gupiteo.
Oh, back to Alpha. Oh! And this time Silang. So, but 1-all na sila in terms of these unexpected errors. We saw one earlier from Villados, and also Silang there with a bobbled set, a missed set. Eto na, nabanggit mo si Jem Ronquillo.
Kailangan ng tulong ni Ed Camposano.
Good stop there. Jude Garcia with the defense. Almendras. And that's called inside by the lines judge. Will Ronquillo be credited for that, right? Off the bench.
Oh, yes, yes. Almendras beaten. Kill block here. Courtesy. Yes, tama ka. Malamig na malamig. Walang problema.
Ooh, joust won by Criss Cross. Back row attack.
Oh, my.
Libre para sa Alpha. Lopez is serving now, and that's Josaphat just using his volleyball IQ. One more time in that last play. Solo block by Lloyd Josaphat.
Garcia, 12 of 24 at 50%. Camposano, better even at 56%. Gandang matchup. Parehong kamador.
Ronquillo dug by Jude Garcia. Blockers are there. Good recovery. One more time for Alpha. And Garcia from the right pin. What a stop. Do you like this rally, coach?
Oh, yes, yes. Longest one we've seen.
And that's called inside. And that was a much deserved by Alpha. Vilona will be given that point.
Rare point coming from Javelona. Much needed boost. Cross court delivery, 17 in the set. Still a 2-point lead though. Para sa once upon a time, down by 4 points na King Crunchers.
Perfect pass, Almendras. Alpha still saves that ball, and that's 2 in a row for Abalona. No fluke, sabi niya.
Back-to-back delivery coming from Havilona, and the defensive specialists of Criss Cross have to work doubly harder to close out set number 2.
Mike hot only, yeah. Hey, Adi, here, hot only. Huh? Adi, 5 step. Jump 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh?
Sige, no pressure. Advantage naman tayo. Isa pa, side out agad. Side out tayo ng isa.
Yung palo. Sige, yung palo. Yung palo.
So Criss Cross needing the timeout there dahil ang Alpha talagang nakadikit lang. Just
Oo.
really at their heels.
And again, able to beat the net defense, the blocking ng King Crunchers.
Alpha Insurance also showing off their deep bench here. Oh! Almost an ace. And again, Almendra's challenged by the 3-man block every time, and there's going to be a video challenge mid-rally.
Floor touch yan sigurado on that pancake.
So when you hear that sound, may wang-wang din dito.
Wang-wang bang tawag mo? Tingin ko parang parakit eh.
A floor touch challenge there. But we were talking about really how both teams are showing off the depth of their bench and really how they have quality players that extend beyond the first unit.
Although we haven't seen Jao Mandal yet in
Oo.
this game.
And alam mo pala, isipan din yan kumisan kung kailan siya pinapasok at kung bakit ganun ang desisyon
Diskarte,
ni,
oo.
ang diskarte ni Coach Mike. But so far, like we said, you know, they are keeping in step. Hindi lumalayo. Kanina sila pa nga yung may 4 na puntos na lamang.
Pero maganda rito, maski nalamangan na sila ng 3, nakabalik na naman.
Yeah. If you judge it from history, from the first 2 meetings of these teams,
Malayo.
hindi mo talaga isipin na
Oo.
ganito magiging labanan.
Kadalasan, a little over 60 minutes, tapos na eh.
But this also shows really how Alpha was able to just learn throughout the conference and what they picked up, not just from playing against Criss Cross, but playing against the other teams as well, and being able to gel as a team.
Oh,
Ay, pasok. Oh,
good pancake.
tama. Good
Oo.
pancake. Yes.
Alam mo kung bakit? Kasi sobrang laki ng kamay ni Kim.
Ang haba ng daliri.
Nung pinlanta niya yun, sa pool sa kuko. Hindi pa nagpa-cleaning eh. Oo.
It was worth a challenge though, eh, nagtatago na si...
Kung na-cleaning na yun, baka sumayad.
Criss Cross with a 2-point advantage after that.
That's a big one, huh?
Yeah. So that was a risk they took actually.
Kasi sumabit yung serve dun sa net eh. Buti eh, na-dive ni Malabunga. But ang green shirts, mabilis na naman na bumalik.
Oo nga. Pero yung mga ganun, no? If you stop play because of that unsuccessful challenge, they lose the ball and the point.
Correct.
Good serve there. Garcia again from the left side. Right side, left side. What we're not seeing too many of are his back row attacks. None from the pipe, either from Alpha. Not too many.
So far.
So far. Yan ang mga Jao Mandal moves,
Yes.
di ba? Yan ang mahilig galing sa back row.
Diego Piteo has done an excellent job sa passing, no? Para dito sa Criss Cross. Open.
Oh, good decoy. Anima fooled them. And si Abelona bumibingo.
Meron ng meron ng dividendo.
Oh, 3 in a row.
At may sukli pa.
Mateo again, getting past the 3-man wall there. Good
save.
recovery.
Oh,
Beyond the antenna.
He rushed it.
That was clear to our down ref.
Like a refrain, they keep coming back. Itong Alpha.
Hindi nagpapaiwan. Deadlock again. 21 all. Para tayong deja vu all over again. To set number 1.
But Jude Garcia sends another message, have no fear. Super Jude is here. Ano si Jao? Boy Colinares also coming for the first time. Jao Mandal.
So 2 key substitutions on both
Yes.
sides of the court at a crucial time here. And Colinares, another one who has just blossomed here
Correct.
in the Spikers turf.
Nabate, nabate.
Malamig pa.
That was nowhere close, ano? Kumabig pa kaliwa.
Another substitution at the serve here, Batista. Floater. Good read by Gupiteo. Straight to the setter. And again, Criss Cross will get that point off of a violation.
Left touch again. Garcia. And Villados.
Yeah, he would have gotten that point anyway, sabi naman niya. And that familiar substitution. Marasigan is the team captain and he is subbed in around this time, no?
Pero si Almendras ang naiwan sa loob. Garcia ang lumabas.
Good block. Silang with a reverse. Nahabol pa rin.
What is that? A 6'4 and a 6'3.
Ah.
6'4 and 6'3. Double blockers. Joining forces. Wala kang pupuntahan. Oo.
And with that slow-mo, you saw that quick reaction talaga for Sapat. He has that speed also.
Sila pareho.
This is set point for Criss Cross. And that's called inside. Easier this time in the second set. Just when they thought Alpha was getting the better of Criss Cross with a 4-point lead earlier in the second set, Criss Cross comes marching back and they take it in easier fashion. 25-22 is the final score. We'll talk more about it after the break. Take a look at the set 2 highlights, and many of these points happened between the middle blockers of both squads. Or, you know, the action, of course, Jude Garcia still racking on the points here. And we also saw a lot of action coming from Malona, who contributed 5 points to Alpha in that second set. And looking at the numbers, the blocking department, Criss Cross outnumbering Alpha by 2. Of course, the attacks, we saw more coming from the Alpha Insurance Protectors. Less errors for Criss Cross and rather clean game for both squads. And we turn you over now to Fiona Bacani, who's with Coach Melvin Carolino of Alpha Insurance.
Ayan,
Ayan, so kasama nga po natin ngayon si Coach, Assistant Coach Melvin. Coach, ang ganda po ng pinapakita ng team today. Ano pong pinanguhugutan nila kaya ganyan po ang naging performance nila for the first 2 sets?
Yung team namin, kaya maganda pinapakita kasi yung practice namin, sir, pagka may receive talaga, maganda ang atake namin. At the same time, nagko-communicate sila sa loob. Yun lang.
At ngayon naman, Coach, dahil maganda pa nga pinapakita ng team, hindi pa po tapos ang laban at meron pa tayong isang game. Bale, may chance pa. Ngayon naman, ano po kailangan ng team na gawin para makuha itong podium finish natin?
Siguro kami less error sa service, tapos magkaroon kami ng first attack. Kasi yun yung kulang sa amin. Nakikita mo naman, pagka nakakaroon kami ng receive, makaka-first attack kami ng maayos. Pagka bumuka na yung receive, hindi namin magawa ng paraan.
Ayan, so thank you so much again to Assistant Coach Melvin Carolino. Now, that's all from us. Over here, back to you, Chiki and Coach Ron.
Against the AB Capstars is on top, shoe-in here for the finals.
Diba?
And,
Diba?
Talaga. And of course, we're seeing now which of these 2 teams, Criss Cross or Alpha, will end up with a 1-1 record, which is of course preferable. Pero I think kung matalo ka ba dito, out ka na,
Out ka
Coach.
na.
O,
Yun na yun.
Yun na yun.
Yun na yun. Kaya nga si Paan na to na sinasabi natin. Tapos yung manalo rito will also play the Capstars. Itong Criss Cross, kung sakali, ay yun na. Yun na yun.
Yeah.
Sino makalusot sa kanila.
Yep. Single round robin, but really to get here it was really exciting, and to cap that talaga was that loss of Criss Cross, which was so unexpected. So it's that kind of conference we're having,
Yes.
Coach.
Surprise, surprise. Ika nga.
In other sports news, the 2026 MPTC Tour of Luzon is back, bigger, bolder, and tougher than ever. Local and international cyclists face a grueling 14-stage battle across 13 provinces and 5 regions. A 1,800-kilometer test of endurance, speed, and strategy. Do not miss a single moment. Catch all the action live on the Pilipinas Live app. Also on One Sports and One Sports Plus. And we welcome you all back here to the Phil Oil Arena, Chiki Roa Puno with Coach Ronnie Massano. We also heard from Fiona Bacani. And this is the second day of our semifinals. Nakita nga natin yung standings. A lot of sports going on, a lot of volleyball going on. And
Sabay-sabay.
ito na yung mga the crucial games.
And the third and final play date natin sa ating semis will be on Sunday. Tapos ang ating finals ay magsisimula next week.
Best of 3?
Best of 3.
Yep.
Pati ang ating battle for third. Yan.
So this is a must-win third set for Alpha. They came close both sets. So you really cannot count them out. And I think Criss Cross is fully aware of that. You have to be...
Bilyados. Oo.
Ano na yung tawag, Coach?
Tumawid. Pero taas din pala tumalon itong si Bilyados.
Mas mataas tumalon si Jude Garcia.
Sobra, no? No, kasi I've covered him a lot of times in beach volleyball. So, doon pa lang ma-impress ka na eh. Pero nung bumalik siya sa indoor ulit, ang bihira.
Hindi mo talaga makita kasi sinesetan siya eh, di ba?
Doon challenge ka talaga dahil buhangin eh.
Oo. Sila, oh, very sneaky there. But that one is an error on the attack. Although that was a good set by Silang.
Silang, oo.
It's very
Basta
sneaky.
ma-isolate mo lang talaga yung wing spiker mo, malaking bagay na yun eh.
Kasi position niya mukhang i-open na niya sa kaliwa eh. Tapos nag-reverse.
Mahilig yan sa twisting set. Nice shoes also.
Ayun! Huli pa rin!
Oh, it's Colinares this time, taking over Kim Malabunga. May gupiteo pa, so meron ka pang higante dyan sa gilid niya.
And Anima is already a marked man. They learned from the first 2 sets, Criss Cross, and that is what they're all about anyway. Ooh! Cadera. So with that combination attack that Vera is able to
Yes.
finally score.
Good hide. Look at the fake coming from Anima. And Dupiteo try to cover itong si Billy Anima.
Good pass. And again, you get the 8 pass. It could be anybody going up for the attack. That time, Colinares.
Very powerful is Colinares.
Ganda ng mga pasan eh. Hindi gumalaw si Villados eh.
Yun ang mahalaga talaga.
And same thing
that
for
move by
Alpha.
Silang. That move again by Silang.
Yeah. Oh, good defense. Alfaro there with a save. Extended rally. Whoa! And what an ending to that exciting exchange.
And look at the way Chris Silang straddles that sideline. My heart goes out to Silang kasi grabe na siya trumabaho. Siya pa talaga yung target doon. Ang paulit-ulit.
Siyempre, you want him out of the place. Siya
Yes.
talagang pupuntahan eh. Ooh, Del Pilar managed to get a hand on that, but not the second time there. And an easy point for Criss Cross. And
Early
this-
getaway. Best
yeah.
start para sa Criss Cross in
Yeah.
this match.
Tinaas lang eh. Oh, pero naman si Josephat, unforgiving. And Criss Cross at 8 points. Alpha left with 3 points. We are first technical timeout.
Still coming to you live from San Juan, this is the 2026 Spikers Turf Open Conference, where in the toughest moments, Jude Garcia continues to prove why he's one of the team's anchors, where he leads with grit, composure, and quiet fire. For Garcia, showing up matters more than anything. With so much at stake, his focus shifts forward. For him, it's about rediscovering what fuels the team and being one of the leaders to light that match. Kailangan di mawala yung fire, sabi nga niya. Di ako pwedeng mawala. I have to be ready anytime na tawagin ako. He reminds his teammates to trust themselves, play their best, block out the doubts, and embrace every chance. Because in this system, everyone matters and everyone contributes. Now, it's crunch time and Jude resets the tone. 200% na dapat sa lahat. Back to you, Chiki and Coach Ronnie.
Thanks a lot, Fiona. You know, the saying crunch time, it gives a different meaning. Looking at Criss Cross. It's always crunch time for the Crunchers.
Literally.
Yep.
I like that the way Fiona put it, quiet fire.
Oo.
Hindi vocal pero leads by example. Sakay lang kayo, ako bahala. Sabi ni Jude Garcia.
Sarap naman na may ganung teammate.
You see?
Yeah. His talent makes enough noise. Now aces to add to his points.
Jao Mandalis has seen little floor time today. He led the team in scoring against the Cub Stars. That's why you feature him at the top of the coverage.
Error after an ace, but we see how he just goes all out for those serves.
16 for Garcia heading to the set to lead all scorers. Meanwhile, Camposano.
He's also in double digits.
Yes, together with Anima.
Perfect pass.
Nako.
And that's what happens.
Oh my.
System. Diba? You can imagine their playbook. Kung ibigay mo ng ganun kay Villados, sky's the limit. Ito, diba?
And there's a reason why Almendras has stayed over. Na hindi lang pang double sub. Kasi mahusay dumepensa. Unang-una.
Ooh. Villados jumped the right time. Just didn't get a
But they needed
solid.
that. Referring to the protectors. Savilona scoring in the nick of time. Offense has dried up for them.
Javalona's off power.
Well, batayado na yung middle ngayon eh. So, saan ka pupunta?
Whoa! It looked like it was on its way to an open set with the
Yes.
interception of Josaphat.
But this time, they have flipped the script. Ika nga, dito sila sinaktan. The Criss silang ng paulit-ulit at walang puknat. And to close out this set, this is the main weapon right now para sa King Crunchers, activating the middle hitters.
Biggest lead we've seen all game long. It's down to 5, but Criss Cross really needing to just up their game now. Just recall how they're able to stay in step with Criss Cross in the first 2 sets. Medyo naiiwan sila dito.
But the full swing by Javelona scores 2 points here in set number 3.
That's the kind of thing they need.
Tama
Build
ka.
some momentum.
Pilit silang iniiwanan ng Criss Cross.
Good defense. One more chance here for Alpha. Javelona going cross court. Oh,
Too low.
yeah. Pero tama yung direksyon niya. Umiiwas dun sa 3-man block.
Kasi nandito lahat ng
Oo.
depensa eh. Went for a cut shot. Naka-relax na rito yung Criss Cross after surviving the first 2 sets. Kanina walang tumatawa eh.
Javelona. Wow. Good defense there.
Oh yes, indeed.
And Colinares again flashing his pearly whites. Ito, laging tumatawa. Siya lang yata.
Ay kanina, si Billy Anima lang at si Nat Del Pilar ang laging nakangiti. That was an ambush in mid-air coming from Poy Colinares for a 7-point edge.
Good read there by Jude Garcia still. Even on defense, he's making a difference. 4 touches.
And this is more like it para sa King Crunchers who were limited to 6 blocks against Savoj tonight with 13.
Wow.
4 here in this set. 4 na dito sa set na ito.
Well, this one's going to be challenged. And this is a different set we're seeing, different Criss Cross that we're seeing, more determined to just finish it in 3. And actually, for many reasons, they also want to preserve themselves. They want to play as little as possible because they have many games, consecutive games coming up.
And that's why you have a pool. Para maproteksyonan mo rin yung mga manlalaro mo. Pero syempre, for you to make it to the finals, talagang didiin mo rin pag kinakailangan.
That's a perfect pass. Back row attack. Nahuli pa rin ang blockers ng Criss Cross. Ooh! Libero doing a good job here. Alfaro. Javelona going down the line.
That's a difficult one. Javelona scored 3 of the 8 points.
So good
of the green
connection here
shirts.
between Javelona and Lopez.
Tough angle to work with.
Ganda ng iwas niya.
Oo, yung spin na nilagay niya.
Javelona is definitely the secret weapon here for Alpha.
To keep them afloat.
Good recovery here for Alpha. One more chance on offense. And look at Javelona, unstoppable.
And that's the pike play you've been looking for all match long. Javelona with 4 third set points. Down 7, behind 5 because of Javelona's exploits.
I have a feeling that's not the last time we're seeing that pipe attack because it worked well. Ooh, lalim. Aha, bumalik.
3 straight.
And Alpha looking good here. The last few exchanges.
Every set they've fought back.
And that's still credit to Javelona in his difficult serve. Forcing a out-of-system play there from Criss Cross. They call for time.
Back over, center. Sampa na. Ha? Go lang. Guys, focus ulit tayo. Huwag natin patikitin, ha? 1 point, ha? 1 point, ha? Ha? Good. 1 more 15, ha? Ha? Good. Ampe, shoulder, pong. Good. Organize to this 1 minute. Hey! Happy! Nice strong!
It's still a 4-point lead, still comfortable for Criss Cross, but the momentum has definitely shifted towards the green side. So that timeout, of course, also to maybe change I don't know. Tingnan natin kung mag-iba na naman ang timpla dito. But Alpha certainly looking good.
Off the block point coming from Garcia. As Almendras took upon himself to get that first ball. Para maganda ang bigay kay Villados. Good side out para dito sa Criss Cross. They needed that.
Lead back to 5. Ooh! Ang bilis, Anima. Yeah, just try to recall what worked in the first 2 sets.
10 points after the first 2 sets. First point here in set number 3. And that's Andahar's version of a shoot set. Brother Lopez version of a shoot set.
Oh, challenging the 2-man block there. Gupiteo will get the point. And Criss Cross is up by 5 in the second technical time. All right, on your screens, the schedule for our first ever All-Stars. And that is for both the men and the women. So the reveal is happening very soon. Pwede pa kayong bumoto. Dalian nyo na. Bumoto ka na ba, Coach?
Abot pa.
Abot pa.
Ito na.
Tapusin mo muna yung game.
Okay.
And that's going to happen in Candon on May 1st. And we got 2 teams, Team Power versus Team Passion. We got 7 starters elected by the fans and 7 reserves elected by the press corps, the coaches, the officials. Exciting ito.
First time ever, no?
Yes, and you vote at pvl.ph, #Allstar.
What a treat para sa ating mga kababayan up north.
Swerte nila, no?
Swerte talaga.
And they have hosted more than once. We know that they are volleyball lovers there. Wow, what a stop by Camposano. And not wasted.
Camposano. Instant help para dito sa Alpha.
Hindi naman sinayang nito si Javelona, no? He's having a heck of a third set.
Navilona, I believe in double figures because of this 5-point explosion in set number 3.
Ooh, this time it was a better double block. Same play. We don't see that very often. Gupiteo getting denied that way.
Campton returns after being relieved in set 1.
Yeah, he started.
Another rally here para sa Alpha for the 3rd consecutive set.
Labas. Of course, Jude Garcia asking for a touch, check ball. Because clearly the ball sailed out, pero nagkaroon ba ng last touch? Alpha, yan ang titignan natin.
Tataas na ba ng kamay si Javelona?
Aamin ba?
Wala, sabi niya.
So Criss Cross still in the lead, but only by 2. So
Anin kanina yan.
Magandang habol na naman itong Alpha. And they're really fighting their hearts out. This is their last chance to extend, really. And, you know, you want to look back at the first 2 sets and the effort that they put out. For those of us just joining the coverage now, it was a 29-27 finish in set 1.
Right.
Talagang Alpha taking Criss Cross to the limit. Let's see. Whoop! Meron ba?
Rare miss coming from Garcia.
And that was an unsuccessful challenge, so that is a point for Alpha. Call stays. And the lead is down to 2. Oh! Almost an error there. Another chance here for Criss Cross. Back set. Garcia this time getting the check.
Almost another point para sa Alpha. But again, who comes in to rescue this play? None other than Good Garcia. 29 points in their last loss. Nearing the 20-point mark here.
Good serve. Alfaro really doing his job.
Oh, that's a big
Balik.
play by Campton.
Kaya pala binalik si Campton.
That's a
He's
big one for
made to
Campton.
make a difference here in the third set.
So many ways to help out your team. After this save of a play by the defensive specialist on the other end, Campton rises up quickly to deny. Itong si Ronquillo.
Alfaro, by the way, we gotta shout him out because he is doing a magnificent job.
Yes,
Look at that.
yes,
Look
true.
at those passes. Ayun, setting up Camposano for that point.
Completely beating the blockers there. Going for that soft hit. Ayos din ang laro nitong si Lopez since coming in. Although Chris Silang was able to hold his own in the early goings against Adi Villados.
Outside, unfortunately, a service error. They have been able to minimize those, but just never a good time for that.
Campton out. Tupiteo back in.
Easy serve there. Bologna, all out. Back set, Garcia again. And this time Alfaro couldn't do much about that.
2 straight points to bring their lead up to 5 once more. Closing out time. The best closer right now. No doubt. Super Juke.
That form.
It's not a superhero, really.
Lopez going to Camposano from the back.
Umandal is in.
One more chance here. Umandal getting his first point off the hands of Villados.
Probably one of the strongest units para dito sa Protectors, seeing this lineup.
Still a 4-point lead for Criss Cross. Uy,
That
pumasok!
scores for Pepito. Oh,
Now even the libero is scoring for Criss Cross.
look at the reaction of Pepito there. Could not believe it.
Wow, yun naman yung mga sayang talaga para sa Alpha.
4 points away. 5 points ahead and 4 points away from winning this semifinal match.
Tough serves too. Jao Mandal. Dug there. Oh, buhay pa rin. Here's a chance for Alpha. Unbelievable defense from
Yes.
Criss Cross. Umandal will get the setup using the hands. Ball still alive. This is my favorite rally so far, Coach. Such unexpected things happening on both sides. Oh, di ba? Yung mga ganyan, di mo alam kung paano sila sa score.
Pero mabigat yung hindi pang puntos.
Oo nga
Doon
eh.
nakapuntos si Billy Anima.
Grabe yung mga save, mga puto.
This one.
Oh, wrong hand. Just manages to get the ball across.
Yes.
I'll take it.
To the finish line, sabi ni Billy Anima.
A lot of great saves there, particularly from Criss Cross.
Definitely, this is play of volleyball that we are seeing.
Silang back in the fold. Back row attack.
First one we've seen
From
Villados.
you got Copeteo back there waiting for a setup.
Their own version of a pipe. Sinigurado na ni Coach Ty, tinanong na niya kung sinong server talaga. Muntik na nilang ikatalo kanina yun.
Naman, no. Ooh, a solo block. That's sweet. Colinares, of course. He did that once before. Talagang Do not let those boy next door looks deceive you. Tinan mo na, monster block. There's nothing monstrous about his appearance. A good save again for Criss Cross, keeping the ball in play. One more chance for Alpha. Getting it through the two-man block, called inside by the Lions judge. And that was well earned by Nadera.
Whatever happens, this is definitely the best showing by the Protectors against Criss Cross. They fought really hard.
Well, it's not over yet.
Isipin mo, 31-29, unang set pa lang. Sa pangalawang set, nilamang sila, hinabol. Nilamangan nila, hinabol sila, hinabol din nila.
Boom! Buhay pa. And good recycling here from
Yun lang.
Alpha. Buhay pa rin.
Tama ka, husay ni Alfaro.
And Camposano, chinaga talaga ng Alpha Insurance.
Alfaro, one of the taller liberos. Eh? Love the shoes. Naka-KQ.
It's very interesting there. Just a lot of second chances, third chances for Alpha.
We have never given up in any set that we have played so far.
And last touch there. That should have gone out. A little frustrated Coach Mike knowing that. Pero hindi naman sinadya yun ni Alfaro.
Sa dami na nagawa niya mabuti.
Oo. Several match points here for Criss Cross.
5 match points for their first win in the semis.
Almost an ace. Camposano will send it over. Here comes Cupeteo. Going long. Lucky for Alpha. It was untouched.
Too wide. 3 sets over 20 points para sa Alpha.
Medyo nakakatakot yun. Natakot din yung mga Alpha. I'm sure seeing Cupeteo being fed that set. Crucial serves here. This could be it still. Oh!
My.
And June Garcia with that hammer again, closing things out for Criss Cross. So it just got better and better for the Criss Cross King Crunchers, and Alpha Insurance just, they got, you know, their heads high. They have to be proud of their performance today.
Yeah, definitely, this is a big character check. Character test para sa Criss Cross, but Alpha playing one of their best games. Standing toe-to-toe with the favorites. But eventually, in the end, in the long run, Criss Cross survives the challenge of the Alpha Insurance Protectors.
I don't think they expected to work this hard, Criss Cross. Because
True.
Yeah, that was talagang what we saw, them working hard for their points. Because Alpha refused to quit every time. Just kept trying to catch up. In the third set, I think Criss Cross realized we want to end this as quickly as we can because we have a long way away to that podium.
This is a 3-set win that nearly took 2 hours to finish.
And our final score is 29-31, 25-22, 25-20. Criss Cross finishing in straight sets. And we'll take a quick break, talk about the match after these.
Welcome back to the 2026 Spikers Surf Open Conference, where we are currently here with our best player of the game, none other than reigning MVP, Jude Garcia. Jude, congratulations. Alam kong naging masakit para sa inyo yung last loss nyo. It was your first loss of the tournament. Pero from that game, ano yung mga binitbit nyo heading into this match para maipanalo ito in 3 sets?
Siguro yung pain na nakuha namin yung last game kasi tatalo kami. Pero syempre, hindi pa kasi nagtatapos yung andun eh. Yung run namin ngayong season. So kailangan talaga namin bumawi this game and sa susunod pa na game namin. So talaga pinaghandaan talaga namin ng 100% yung game today kaya nakuha namin yung win today.
At syempre, Jude, itong battle to reclaiming the crown, hindi ito magiging madali. As you saw kanina, medyo pinahirapan din tayo ng Alpha Insurance. Pero sa inyo ba? Because everyone wants the crown. What will set Criss Cross apart? Lalo na in the next few matches.
Siguro yung gelling ng team namin kasi sobrang ganda. Pag nag-i-enjoy talaga yung team namin sa loob ng court habang naglalaro kami, wala talaga makakatalo sa amin. So yun yung nagiging foundation ng team namin, yung happy-happy na mantra lagi ng Criss Cross. So ayun yung magiging advantage namin sa susunod na games namin.
Ayan, so thank you so much again, Jude. Pero bago tayo umalis, meron ka bang gustong batiin ng mga nanonood sa'yo, friends, family, supporters?
Siyempre, binabati ko po sila Sir Jonathan, Ma'am Cathy, Sir Alan, Attorney Lily, Ma'am Lizan, and yung sponsor namin sa Alliance and Word Balance. And binabati ko din yung wife ko, nandito, nanonood, and then sa baby ko.
And so thank you so much and congratulations once again to Jude and the rest of our Criss Cross King Crunchers. That's all from us over here. Back to you, Chiki and Coach Ron.
Of course, Jude definitely playing inspired volleyball. Nandiyan nga naman pala yung kanyang inspirasyon.
Diba?
Kitang-kita naman sa performance niya on the court.
Oo naman, 51 points in 2 matches, but more than that, the timing. Whenever they needed him, he was there to the rescue. Time and again from the first set onwards, although marami siyang katuwang para to deflect and deflate itong patuloy na pricings ng Alpha Insurance Protectors.
It's interesting that Jude keeps talking about the importance of gelling and playing as a team. Chemistry,
yes.
Which is probably the least concern for Criss Cross compared to how other teams have welcomed the players from Signal and having to work on the gelling, diba? So Criss Cross pretty much stayed intact.
Correct.
But still, knowing that si Jude pa of all, seeing that the performance of his teammates matter just as much for a star player like Jude Garcia. That's respect for his
Probably
teammates.
he knows better. And number 2, as you mentioned, respect for the opponents.
Yes, that too.
Because definitely the landscape has been even killed because of the distribution of players with the absence of the Signal HD Spikers.
Look at those blocks, Coach, here in that last
Yan talaga
set.
sila nabuhay. At hindi kasi masyadong lumitaw ito noong umpisa. Meron naman, but not as efficient as they are normally known. Pero eventually, as the game progressed, they will end up with a total of 15 blocks after being limited to only 6 against Savage sa pagkatalo nila.
Lumabas na talaga yung tunay na kulay.
May kagat
Criss
May kagat sa depensa.
Yan. And I'm sure we're going to see more of that in the coming days. And Criss Cross going head-to-head against the Capstars ba ito,
Yes,
no?
for the final
Yes,
seat
for
in the championship.
Yes, both of them with a 1-1 record. So
Knockout game.
That's right. So hindi pa sigurado para sa Criss Cross. Of course, it is Savage who already has a shoe-in to the finals, and they will play Alpha. It is a non-bearing game, but Alpha, again, it's just a chance for them to show how much they improved from the beginning of this conference. And of course, we have the bronze medal also that will be up for grabs among these 4 teams. So that's a lot of exciting volleyball in store for you here in the Spikers Turf Open Conference. So make sure you join us again on Sunday for our next set of games.
Right.
On behalf of Coach Ronnie Manzano and of course Fiona Bacani, our director Raul De Ocampo, and all the men and women of Signal Sports, this has been Chikiro Puno. We thank you for joining us, and Criss Cross with a straight set win against Alpha.